Super excited for today, mainly because I got a lot of stuff done yesterday and the day before. And so today is kind of like for me. So I am loving life. So there is that. Yesterday, all of the videos were completed for the big thing. So it is going to be delivered on Friday, which is awesome. And then there's going to be even some extras that are put in there that people don't even know about. So there's that. Big Think, just so you guys know really quick, Big Think so I've been studying self-development for 15 to 20 years. So lots of books read, lots of doing things myself. They always come down to, if you've been in self-development for 5 minutes, you know that everybody's kind of saying the same thing, right? They all essentially say the same thing. But what I'm doing in Big Think is I'm making it relatable for you. So instead of having to see what that actually means and how that applies in your life and what do you do when this and what do you do when that and what do you do when this, I address all of that stuff in Big Think, as well as the daily applications that you do where you create behaviors that then make you completely unstoppable. Completely unstoppable. So that's Big Think. There's a link for it somewhere. Somebody can put it in. You can message me for the link if you want to. Either way, works out for me. So let me say, if you guys don't know who I am, no big deal. My name is Martha Krejci. I'm a business growth expert, okay? So what we're doing is we are ending poverty. Yes, you heard that right. It's a big goal and it's what's going to happen, okay? We're ending poverty. The way that we're doing that is we empower families and we teach families how to be able to grow high profit margin businesses from home, utilizing things they already know. People just don't realize what they already know, but we unlock that. Okay, so whenever you join HBR, you realize all these things that you can monetize and that you're able to grow income from home in a way that's of service to your people. It gets unlocked. And that's when you're like, oh. So when you see people in HBR and they're like screaming about HBR, like, y'all got to get in here, y'all got to get in here. That's why. It's not just a business course. It's life. You unlock your potential, and then I show you how to be able to actually do it. Grow income streams around your family so you're not depressed and anxious about whether you're going to make ends meet, right? That's what it's about. That's how we're ending poverty, okay? So there is that. Because I did say that, it is half off right now, so I'm going to pop this up here. It's half off. The way that you get it half off is you just message me at Livin the Dream with Martha. Message me the words case study, rainbows and unicorns, whatever you want to message me, makes no difference. I'll give you the details of the program and you'll jump in. Typically, I would say it's half off, except the price is going up it's not quite double what it's going to be, but it's pretty close. So it's almost 80% off what it's going to be here very, very soon. And the only reason that the price is going up is because so much has been added. Even an e-commerce site, you guys, where you're going to be able to sell your own stuff. I'm going to help you get fed. I'm going to help you make money, okay? Like, I'm going to bring people to you for you to then be able to make money on something that I've spent a ton of money on for you, okay? So that's where HBR has, even in its very beginning, at the price that it's at right now on the half off, like it's chump change. In accordance with what it's going to be, or in comparison to what it creates in you and the transformation that will exist and how you grow and the money you're going to make off of it, it's chump change. And the only reason that I make it so inexpensive, you guys, is because I need for it to be accessible. I need for you to be able to get it, right? So then you can change, and then the whole world can change. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. All right, let me go ahead and get out of here. So, if you're watching on the YouTubes, I lost it. There it is. If you're watching on the YouTubes, make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. If you are watching somewhere else, what you're going to do at the end of this video is hop over to YouTube, search my first and last name, click on the subscribe button, and then also hit the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. Here's why. Because once a week, every single week, aside from the video is actually being helpful to you in your life, right? Aside from the obvious. We also give things away. So one person every single week that is both subscribed to our YouTube channel and comments on the YouTube videos. What are they? Subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment on YouTube videos. One person every week is going to win something. It's getting good. It's getting good. All right. So there is that. Also, we have a premiere every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week's is 3 mistakes I made in business that could have cost me. I would rather you guys learn from my mistakes than make them yourself, which is why you hear me say a lot of the things that I say and why you hear me sort of buck back against things that people say where I'm like, ooh, girl, that is a learning curve. You are like taking someone down the road of a long learning curve. Let me just help you with that. Let me help you not have to go through that. Let's take time out of the equation, right? Let's make it so it's not going to take you years to figure this out, right? So 3 mistakes I made in business that could have cost me. This is going to be very important for you. Okay, guys? Now let me say hi to some of you. Shelly, good morning. Aw, shucks. Charlotte, good morning. Rachel, good morning. Lynn, good morning. LaShonda, good morning. Rachel, good morning. So very excited for Big Think. Oh my gosh. I cried in some of the videos as I was recording them. Like, it's just so powerful. It's so powerful. And it's because I know that the people that are watching the videos, I know the change that's going to happen in their world. And I was just kind of like, I was going through some waves of just like, this is big. It's really big. Graham, good morning. Jenna, good morning. Heather, hey there, Miss Martha, hey. Martina, good morning. Alice, just grabbed my headphones the exact moment I got my YouTube notification. Boom. Michelle, morning blessings. Hello to you. Carrie, good morning. Melody, good morning. Catherine, good morning from Delray Beach. Boom. Andrea, good morning. Jennifer, good morning. Heather, okay, I couldn't find the link for Big Think. I need this. My kids need it. Girl, just message my business page and ask for the link. Nancy, happy Thursday, everyone. Let's do this. Boom. Good morning, Martha. Good morning, Noreen. Cindy, good morning. Love that blue on you. Your eyes stand out more than ever. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Corey, good morning. Oh, how I've missed you. Oh, shucks. You guys are the best. Ooh, HBR changed my life, Shelly said. Boom. This is like, HBR is no joke. I'm not going to keep saying it over and over and over again because I don't need to keep saying it over and over and over again because other people do, right? Like their experience, just listen to their experience. But this is, it's how you change. So if you're like, man, Martha is just harping on this. Martha's harping on this because you haven't done it yet, right? Martha's harping on this because it's your time and you're sitting there not doing it, right? That's why Martha's harping on this, and I'll be harping on it forever and ever, amen, until everyone on the planet understands their own potential, their own capability, their own capacity for greatness. Until they understand that and they can apply it and implement it, until that happens, I'll be harping on this, okay? All right, so what we're talking about today, you guys, is, let me see if I can see, whoops, that didn't work. We're talking about what to do first, okay? So I did this same sort of talk. So Tuesday I had, I think, 4 videos that I did for coaching calls, so to speak, that I did. And I stayed on this topic for at least part of most of them. So really what I want to get into is when your potential is unlocked, when you start seeing like, oh my gosh, I can do this and I can do this and I can do this and I can do this, and it gets very exciting, right? And you're like, oh. The entrepreneur, which you are, or else you wouldn't be watching me because that would be really annoying to you. The entrepreneur experiences all of that, and then is like, oh, I want it all right now, right? Right now. I can do all of this. I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this right now, right? And what we have to do is we have to, instead of that, because what that does is it clogs the, what I think of is like a swan neck vase, you know, where it's like a real skinny top part of the vase and then it kind of goes out. All of that goodness tries to squish into the top of the vase, and then it's like, it just can't go in any further, right? This is all very technical jargon here, you guys. So when we can't do all of the things at once, what happens? We experience ourselves as failures. We look at what we're doing and then we say, I guess I can't do that. No, you can't do all of it at once. No one can, okay? We can't do everything at once. So then the question here is, what do you do and when, right? What is the first thing that you should do of all of these what is the first thing that you do? So here's my first piece of advice to you is this: write it down. You need a piece of paper and you need to write down the things that you just experienced. Okay, I want to do this. 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 If you've got the Boom Pow idea book, that is perfect for this. I give you all of the questions to go through where it's going to show you where you file them away, if you even do them at all, right? It's all of the questions that I go through on my own with any potential project I'm going to take on, okay? So we write them down on a paper. So, just list it out. So if one of them is a course on X, Y, and Z, cool. If one of them is a coaching program, cool. If one of them is a journal or a book that you're going to write, cool. If one of them is a community you're going to create, cool. Doesn't matter what it is. What are the ideas? Get them out of the ether, pull them down, use your pen and paper, get the kinesthetic learning, right? Get your pen and paper out, get them on paper. Not type them in, write them out. There's something different with our brains and the way that our brains work. I mean to do that. There's something different with the way that our brains work when we write than when we type. Genius doesn't happen when we type. Genius happens when we write. Okay? So we write all of our ideas out. Now what we have to do is we have to get really focused and we have to say, okay, what's the next thing that should happen? What's the thing that's closest to dollars and impact, right? How can I make money and have impact at the same time? Which of these things is closest to that? Because here's what a lot of people do, because I attract a lot of heart-centered people because that's me. So what a lot of heart-centered people do is we want to serve, which 100% we do that, right? We do, but we also need to be able to make money in the process, okay? So what people will do, and it's a rejection thing, okay? What people do is they will do all of the free stuff, all of the giveaway stuff, all of the everything that is easy for them, that feels like they can't possibly be rejected for. This is real. That they can't possibly be rejected for. They do that and they stay away from the money thing that's going to cost money because they are afraid to ask for dollars, because they don't want to be rejected. Okay? Now, that's a truth, and I'm sure that some of you guys are like, oh, I get that. Yeah, I get it. Let me know in the comments if that's you, if you get it. It's not right or wrong. It's just how we are. So here's the flip side of that. If you had come across me, and I'm talking about business, and I'm talking about all of these awesome things like in my own business and what I can teach and and the things that I know, and then I can make it easy for you and If I didn't have a next step to be able to work with me where I can make that apply to you in your world, in your business, wouldn't that be disappointing? There's no point in all of the free stuff, guys, if we're not adding something else that can help them specifically out in their own, what we help with. We're doing them a disservice if we do not have another step for them to jump into, because here's what's going to happen. If you don't have another step for them to jump into, they have now become awake to the concept that they need help with this, that you can't help them any more than what you already have. And what are they going to do? They're going to go to Google and they're going to find somebody else. And that somebody else ain't you. And that somebody else ain't going to help them the way you were going to help them. I'm going to let that sit with you for a second. We cannot feel bad about creating programs that take people further. It's what people want. It's what you want. It's what I want. We just dropped 250 grand on something that's going to take us further for you guys. It's what everybody wants, is to be able to invest in somebody that's going to be helpful to them, a trusted advisor. That's all anybody wants. But if you show them that you are that person, but you don't give them the next step, what are you doing? You're greasing the wheels for them to go to somebody else that may not help them, that they'll spend their money with, but may not help them, whereas you totally could have. Those are your people. Does that make sense? Excuse me. Ooh, got something. I'm sorry, excuse me. It's wrong tube. So, what we need to look for first, instead of avoiding the things that cost money, you know, avoiding putting out there the stuff that costs money. Instead of avoiding it, we need to create something. Create something you feel very, very good about. Create something, like for me, HBR, man, that's everything. Big Think, that's how, I mean, those are things, those are like birthing children. Sorry guys, if you're watching. Birthing those two programs was like, I am putting something so good into the world. That's what you create. And if you're not in HBR yet, join HBR so you can birth things into the world. Things that feel good, things that inspire you, things that, like, I woke up this morning and I saw Mike and I'm like, man, today is so good. It's just such a good day. We're inspired. We're inspired by you guys and what you're doing in the world. There's nothing that inspires me more than people seeing success in their own lives. Nothing. And that's what you get to see day in and day out. But you have to do it. You can't just give away the free stuff. Also, there's this other thing. I had a guy that I was talking to in Cabo, and Mike was like, I think he has like imposter syndrome or something. And he was talking to the guy and he's like, I bet Martha can talk you out of that. Anyway, we were all talking in the gym. And I went over and I was talking to him about what he does. And he said, well, I feel weird about charging for it. And I was like, I get that. I get it. Like this is something that I talk about a lot, because a lot of people just, they don't feel right about charging for things. And I said, but let's look at it this way. Is this what you love? Is this what you love to do? And he's like, yeah. And I said, would you agree that saving somebody time is worth money, right? Because essentially what we do is, what he does and his thing is fitness, right? And it's keto and it's intermittent fasting and it's all of this stuff. And he's like, they could essentially go learn it on their own. And I'm like, right, they could. But it's going to take them, they're going to have a long learning curve. They're going to go onto Google. They're not going to know who they're going to be able to trust. They're going to try something. They're going to have to wait 3 to 4 months before they realize that thing doesn't work in weight loss, right? It takes a while because you're like, well, I'm going to keep trying, right? And so it takes them a while. And then, so now your learning curve is getting longer and longer and longer. And I said, gosh, what if you show them precisely what to do? You've done it yourself. You show them that. And then that's worth money because you've saved them time. Also, don't forget about yourself, because if you have to work a 40, 60, 80 hour a week job, but your passion and your heart is really in serving people and being able to lose weight and get healthy, then you're wasting 80 hours of your week. Whereas if you made money off of what you teach people and how you serve them, you don't have to work this 80 hours a week. And all of a sudden, all of your time is opened up only for what you want to do and how you want to serve and how you want to show up in the world. Now tell me where that doesn't make sense. And I think he was sold. He's like, oh, I get it. I get it. That's what I mean, you guys, we were created and we were put here for a specific purpose. Now let's live that purpose out. It's not wrong to be paid for that purpose. People want to pay you for the purpose that you're here for. Here's the thing is, I want to hire people that love what they do. I won't hire somebody if they don't love what they do. I won't. I want to work with people who love what they do, where it oozes out of them, right? Well, those people are living their passion. They're living their purpose. You have to do this. It's like the paradox. People don't realize it. They're like, oh, I feel like I can't pay for, or I can't charge for that. You're boxing yourself in, and you're limiting yourself. And you're limiting the exposure you have to the world, which means not as many people get to be transformed by your message. That's it for Thursday. What questions do you guys have? Oh my word, we are over on time. Missy, cut out their learning curve. Yes. Rachel, it seems so weird to me that we are willing to pay others for what they do, but we don't feel right to charge the same. Yes, Rachel, exactly. So now sit with that. Claudette, this has been my problem to charge for courses. Hopefully I've made it more understandable for you. Hopefully I've just given you permission to do that so you understand why it's necessary. I won't get a free thing and take it seriously. So even if you can impact me in a massive way, if you give me something for free, I'm not taking it seriously. That's the truth. And I'm not alone there. A lot of people won't do free stuff because they're like, I don't have time. I'm going to waste my time on free stuff. Give me something I'm going to pay for. That's going to make more sense. Your impact is lessened just simply because you're not charging. Okay, I have to get out of here. I'm going on to Clubhouse right now. Make sure that if you're not in Big Think, you jump into Big Think so this doesn't affect you in any way. All of a sudden you become a super person powerhouse. Videos will be on tomorrow. And then, what was the other thing? And then if you're not in HBR yet, make sure that you jump into HBR at half off or 80% off as it were, right? And I'm jumping onto Clubhouse here in just a minute. The room is already going. I told them I'd be on after my live. It's going to be on course creation, so you can just follow me on Clubhouse. The link is also on my personal Facebook page right now. So anywho, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.